To date, my online quiz that helps you identify your brand innate advantages has been taken over 200,000 times, directly resulted in over $130,000 in sales in just the last 12-month window, and has generated over 100,000 emails for my business. Incredibly powerful lead generating tool. And in this video, I'm going to share the 5 biggest mistakes that marketers make when they're creating quizzes to create those kinds of results. Where do they go wrong? If you're not using quizzes in your marketing strategy, you're missing out. But there are a lot of ways where people don't get the maximum benefit from this strategy. I have made many of these mistakes myself and have fixed them over the years so that it continues to generate very low cost, high quality leads for my business. And this is not by accident. First mistake is to create the wrong type of quiz. There's at least 4 different types of quizzes, and only 2 of them work really well for reaching a cold audience who doesn't know you yet. So if you're using a quiz at the top of your funnel, it's important that you choose one of the 2 that's going to speak to your ideal clients at the stage of awareness that they're at and introduce your brand in a really powerful way. If you skip to one of the other options, you're gonna find that either people aren't as excited about taking or sharing your quiz, or worse yet, you're gonna find that they take the quiz, but they don't really care about you and your brand and what you're selling. So we need to make sure that we're choosing the right type. 4 types that I most often see are first an insight quiz, which tells people something about themselves. This is the type of quiz that I have. Spoiler alert, it's one of the ones that works the best for generating cold leads and building an audience. Second is a strategy quiz. You're helping people determine their next step. This one also works really well. Third would be a selection quiz, and this only works if people are already aware of your product or your brand, where you're helping them decide which product of a suite that they're going to select. Fourth, which people gravitate to because it's easy to comprehend and it's easy to conceptualize, but it works terribly as a lead generation tool, would be an assessment quiz. Anything where you're grading people, where you're saying, oh, you're really great, you're kind of medium, or you're bad, or you're grading them on their level of knowledge. This doesn't work for a plethora of reasons, so you want to make sure that you're in the right type of quiz. Second mistake that people make are speeding through the topic selection. What is your quiz actually going to help with determining? I see way too many marketers choose something that is obvious or self-serving instead of really taking the time to think about what is going to be useful and entertaining for the person that's taking the quiz. Also, your quiz should be something that is strategic and beneficial for your business and for the person who is engaging and taking the quiz, the consumer, your ideal client. If it's not strategic and beneficial for both of you, then it's not a great topic. So you want to spend time here to make sure you get this right. So you want to find a quiz topic that you have expertise and a unique perspective or insight to share, and something that people care about, something that they know that they want to find the answer to. For example, if you're a fitness coach, you might help people determine what type of workout schedule is best for them to reach their specific goals. So it's something that you have expertise in and that they want to know. Again, hearkening back to mistake number 1, we're not assessing how healthy somebody is. This isn't necessarily a question that people want to know the answer to. They know if they're healthy or not. They want to get the insight to get to the result that they desire, not to be graded on how poorly they're doing with their health. Third mistake that I see, even from experts making quizzes, is that the questions and the logic are too easy to decipher. They're too easy to guess. Now, of course, there is logic behind the questions and the answers. If somebody is a smart human, they may be able to start to correlate why they're getting to a specific outcome. And that's fine, as long as it's not so obvious that we don't even care to finish the quiz to find out what our result is. This type of experience leaves people feeling disengaged. It's not surprising. It doesn't feel like you are offering us insight that we didn't already know. It just feels like it was the obvious outcome. So for example, if you're doing a quiz about what type of pet that somebody should get, you might be asking them questions about their lifestyle. Like, do you prefer an active pet or one that's gonna cuddle with you and sit still on the couch? Not necessarily, do you want a pug or do you want a beagle? Too obvious. We're not just asking people what we want their outcome to be. We're helping them arrive at a new insight based on the way that they're answering the questions. Mistake number 4. Ooh, this one. It's so heartbreaking because as a business owner, if your quiz isn't optimized for leads and sales, you might generate traffic, you might generate attention, but it won't generate sales. That's not what we're creating this for. So we want to optimize the quiz experience in a way that leads naturally to sales. And there's very specific steps and a process that we need to take to make this happen. Because like we said, often the quiz is used as this top of funnel, inviting people into our world, into our orbit that have never heard of us before. So we need to take them on a relationship building journey that is going to win their trust, establish the fact that they desire and need whatever we're going to offer them at the end, and then to offer that thing. So the quiz results should lead directly into and logically into one of your offers, whether that's a consultation call, course, a service, a product, whatever it is. You want to make that connection clear and a logical next step for somebody to take. The worst thing that you could do would be to create a quiz and then to never follow up with the people that take the quiz. Best thing that you could do would be to create an automatic follow-up system that delivers valuable content, wins their trust and their affection on an automatic basis, and lead them directly to a sale, which is what we want. Fifth and final mistake that I see marketers make with quizzes for lead generation is that there's no marketing system. There's no promotion plan to get people to take the quiz on an ongoing basis. The quiz isn't going to transform your business if nobody's taking the quiz. Ouch, right? We need to promote the quiz itself, not just build the system and hope people come. The ways that have worked the best for me have been continually referencing the quiz in my content, in interviews that I do in front of other people's audiences, so like podcasts or guest teaching. And then I'm continually running ads for my quiz as well, and they convert at the lowest cost per lead versus any other strategy that I've tried to this date. Doesn't necessarily matter which strategy you choose, just so long as you have an active plan to get people to the quiz every single day so that people actually see it, they take it, they get the benefit, the insight of what you offer, of your expertise, and they get the benefit of knowing something either new about themselves or about their situation that they can take and put into practice. For some percentage of them that would desire more of your support, they turn into paying clients or customers. In terms of building the quiz, I highly recommend the tool Try Interact. I have tested other tools and the conversion rate just doesn't compare. It really is a high converting lead generating machine when you don't make these 5 mistakes and when you set this up and you actively promote it for your brand. If you want in-depth support and insight about how to build your own quiz, I do exactly that in my online course called Convert with a Quiz. You can access it on its own for a specific price, or if you choose, you can actually join my Brand Clarity Collective and you'll get the Convert with a Quiz course along with all of my other courses as well for a bundled discounted price, along with the support of community and myself as a mentor in that mastermind experience. Check out the link in the description below if you want to check out Try Interact, the tool to build your own quiz, and or if you want to get the behind the scenes step-by-step direction on how exactly I've built my lead generating quiz in my Convert with a Quiz course. Which of these 5 mistakes have you seen from other people as you're taking their quiz? Are they just too obvious? Are they not really connected to the brand or the business? Maybe you have no idea that the quiz exists because they never talk about it. Which of these 5 have you seen? Let me know in the comments.